Hey guys, so it's 2 a.m. and I've decided to record a video. My schedule's a little bit fucked up right now. You may find that I'm actually quite tired in the videos that I've been recording recently, and I'm finding that a little uncomfortable, but I think that's urging me more to record because I understand that following your discomforts is actually an important part of growth. It's a key and a gateway that should be followed. So today I want to talk about my depression. I'm not depressed anymore. It's more the story of how I cured my depression. And I'm going to run through the whole story again just for the purpose of the video, even though I did talk about it quite a lot in my last video. I'm going to talk about it again. So, I was depressed for like 20 years. It started when I was 7 years old. I had an infection of the brain called meningitis C, bacterial, and blood poisoning. And what that does is, well, what it can leave you with is severe mental and emotional issues that can last for the rest of your life. And that's when my depression started. And it got worse as I got older. It affected everything in my life. It affected my relationships. I couldn't hold one. Well, I couldn't maintain a relationship actually properly, whether that's a friendship or a partnership. I couldn't hold down a job, and I was quite addicted to loads of things, really. And depression was a huge part of that. It affected everything in my life. And I just sort of just stumbled across a cure. I wasn't even looking for a cure. In fact, I didn't even really understand I was depressed until like my, I don't know, mid to late 20s. Because that was just how I had experienced life, like my entire life. So it just felt like normal to me. So only now do I really understand what depression is. And depression is when the neural pathways in your brain have stopped or have broken, and you're not really having access to your brain as you should. It puts your mind, or it puts your brain in a depressed state with less activity and less access. And that is essentially what depression is. And I didn't learn that until, I think maybe, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, potentially. But I cured my depression across the years of 2020 and 2021. It took around 1 year of home therapy, let's say. So during that time, I decided to grow magic mushrooms. And that's essentially how I did it. I wasn't looking for a cure. I was actually just looking to get high. And I was looking to make a bit of money as well. I wanted to distribute, and I wanted to have some awesome experiences. And I think for the purpose of YouTube, I can't say that I recommend taking magic mushrooms. I can't say I recommend growing magic mushrooms. The legality of that will differ in different countries, and because of these legal reasons and because of the potential mental and emotional health impacts it can have on you. It's not something I can recommend on the internet. It's something that you should only do if it's legal in your country and you feel that it's the right thing for you. So that's what I did. 2020 came around and I had the urge to grow magic mushrooms. And that's what I did. I got all the stuff. I set it all up. I did a good job. I researched it. And I grew a lot of magic mushrooms. And I remember taking like a large dose of magic mushrooms and feeling just incredible afterwards. Like, just amazing. And the after effects obviously wouldn't last for more than that day, the afterglow. But how I felt within myself lasted for a while. It lasted for potentially a couple weeks or a couple months, anything in between, before I became depressed again. And then once I became depressed again, all I did was take another dose. The doses I was taking was probably around 3.5 to 4 grams, just at home by myself, on an empty stomach. The experience would last about 4 hours potentially. And I had a great time every time. It was awesome. And during that time, it was, I don't remember how many times I took it over that 12-month period, but it was quite a few times, because I remember sometimes just being okay. Let's say I hadn't done it for a few weeks, just being fine. And then the next morning I'd wake up like suicidal, like completely depressed. And then I would have to do another dose that day or that evening when I got home from work. And I remember just being in the experience for a few hours and then just waiting for that feeling to come back, waiting for that wave of freshness to move through my brain as the wiring of my brain changed and my perception and my experience changed along with it. And it literally felt like a wave that would just move through my head. And just the feeling that came with it was just incredible. And that took a year. That took a year of therapy, essentially. And as a result, my depression doesn't come back anymore. It was an incredible experience for anyone who suffers with depression or suicidal thoughts or anything along any sort of manic depression. This may be a solution for you, but obviously it's something I can't recommend. It's something you should research yourself and just see if that aligns with you. It's something that worked for me. And I have done antidepressants before, so I know what that experience is like, and that just sort of masks it. It doesn't fix anything. And actually, as a result of those ceremonies, I've actually performed a number of ceremonies for other people who have suffered with mental health issues, so anxiety and depression, and had some amazing results. So that's the story, really. It's quite a short story. I still go through seasons though. You know, I'm still integrating myself after the long period of imbalance, mental and emotional imbalance I had in my life. There's still integrations happening within myself. I still go through some cycles. So, you know, there's times where I'm more dedicated to what I'm doing, less dedicated to what I'm doing, more present, less present, more involved, less involved, things like this. Nothing too major. It's quite subtle shifts within myself. I feel like there was more that I wanted to say on this topic. I didn't realize this video would be over so quickly. So yeah, that was it. It was 20 years of depression, got wrapped up over a 1-year period, a number of ceremonies. Very simple, but also probably very complex at the same time. And I didn't even learn about what I was doing until afterward. I think after I'd done it, I watched this documentary on Netflix called Fantastic Fungi, and that's where I learnt more about mushrooms and the healing effects of magic mushrooms. And then I'd learnt about what I was doing to myself during those ceremonies and what I was doing to my mind and my brain. And it's just interesting how that all just fell into place and just aligned for me just naturally, without having any physical influence in my life telling me what I needed to do and how I needed to do it. Anyway, I hope this video helps someone. Thank you.